This is Dave from Media Digitronics. I just thought I'd make a quick video to show you how ScrapPage works and how I made that picture or that layout that I posted earlier. Here's basically what goes on. If I start a new project, I'll just go up here, and for that one I used a 5x7, and I'll tell it yes, and I want it to be landscape, and we'll just let it come in as a white background for now. So I just add a few things here under picture. I'm going to go ahead and add out of my photo library. I'll go down here to where I have some design elements, and one of the design elements I have is this little layout booklet here. Looks like a binder that's opened up, and I just resized it like that. And I decided I was going to give it a color, and I think I gave it some kind of a color about like that, I believe. So I'll tell it, yes, I want it to be that color. And then I added a couple of other things. Again, I went into my design element folder that I downloaded a few things to, and I'm pretty sure I started with this. And let's see when that comes. Yeah, that's what I used. And I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to duplicate that, so I'll have two of them. You'll see in just a minute why I did that. So anyway, now I got two of these guys. Now the way you move things around, as you can see, I'm just selecting these and dragging them around. I can resize them just by growing them up with these grow handles or rotate them as I need. So over here you'll see a layer stack, and over here on this layer stack, right now, this one here is the one that's selected, but I want it to be underneath the one that's below it, so I'm just going to move it down to the bottom. So now it's underneath the binder page. It's still a little on the bright side, so up here, while it's selected, I'll go up here into my opacity bar and tone it down a little bit. And we'll take this one and rotate it, or grow it up in size rather, and then rotate it around as well. And I set it down here. Now I want it to be underneath as well, so I'm going to move it down one so that it's below the binder as well. So we'll set it about like that, and let's move its opacity down some as well. All right, now finally what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some pictures here of a young lady that I have in these demo pics. So let's, we'll start off by picking this one. I think I used that one. Now when it comes in, I can tell it, hey, I want it to have the same rotation as that. So I'll just do that and match its rotation to what I did with the other thing here. And blow it up and set it here in size. And we're going to add one more picture of her on the from those shots that I have for my demo pics. I picked this one, I believe was the other one. And in order that everything matches, I'm going to tell it, hey, I want you to rotate to the same angle and be the same size as the one before you, and set it about right here, like that. And I think I gave them both a bit of a shadow, just a small shadow. It wasn't really a big shadow, but we'll give that one a shadow, and we'll just tell this one I want you to match that shadow as well. So that was done. Then, on top of that, I brought in another picture. And that was also from my design elements here. And I believe it was this picture right here. I rotated it around and set it off to the side so that it accented that portion of the page. Now the background is another story. We'll go in and change the background. I could have just gone with black, and you'll see what that would look like here as soon as I just make it black. It turns out to be not bad, but I opted instead to go in and over here and change the background. And what I did was I picked a strong color, or a strong burgundy, and I got a texture from my standard textures here. And I said, okay, let's texturize the background a little bit. And when you see what it comes through, that's now texturized. Actually, I think I might have even gone darker than that. Let's take that a little bit darker, and you'll see what I mean. I'll just make it over here further and down a little darker. And we'll stick with the same texture that we had, and tell it to go ahead and do it with the new background color. Yeah, there. That's a little more closer to, I think, what I had. Now, finally, I added a text box, and young lady's name is Sarah. So I typed in here that I wanted it to be S-A-R-A-H, and I can auto size that up but I didn't like that font, so I picked a different font. I went down here and I picked Zapfino and said OK. Now this time I got to auto size it so it's a little different here, and there we go. Something like that. And the color I chose, I think was, as I recall, I don't remember now, but I think it was that. So we'll go ahead and color it to be that, and I outlined it in black. And then I drug that, after I did that, I moved it down here, and I rotated it to fit somewhere in that order. And just like that, that's how I made the layout that you saw a little bit earlier. So I'll go ahead and end this right now, but I just wanted to show you how these things are done in ScrapPage, coming soon. Bye-bye.